What if everything you learn about manifestation is only part of the picture? Because there is one hidden law that determines whether anything works for you or not. And once you see this, you won't need to rely on techniques anymore. Hi there, my name is Kelly, and today we are uncovering the law behind all manifestation. And this might challenge what you think you know, but let me ask you something. Have you ever used affirmations, visualization, meditation, and it still didn't see results? There is a reason. The hidden law is this. You don't manifest what you want. You actually manifest what you believe you are. Or actually, let's put this way, what you are. And this is where most people unknowingly block themselves. Your subconscious mind operates based on identity. And Napoleon Hill said, the subconscious mind acts on dominant thoughts. However, those dominant thoughts, they don't come out of nowhere. They come from the story you've been telling yourself about who you are over and over again. Let me show you what I mean.
People use the problems and conditions in their life to reaffirm their addiction to that emotion. They need the bad job, they need the bad relationship, they need the news, they need the feed, whatever it is, to allow them to feel. They become addicted to the life they don't even like. And that's why it's so hard to change, because breaking an addiction, there's withdrawals. And to break the addiction is to stop the body being the mind of that emotion. And because of the size of the human neocortex, we can turn on the stress response just by thought alone. That means we can become addicted to our own thoughts.
Imagine someone quietly repeating, I always struggle, things never really work out for me. They might not say this out loud every day, but it's there, quietly, in the background. So when an opportunity shows up, they hesitate. When something goes wrong, it feels like proof. And when something good happens, they don't play it or assume it won't last. Not because they want to suffer, but because their mind is trying to stay consistent with who they believe they are. Well, I know I used to do this a long time ago. For example, if you were the type of person who grew up with this idea that money is evil, obviously, when everything good that relates to money comes out in your life, you immediately hesitate because you're already believing in this idea that the money is the root of all evil. Psychology calls this your self-concept. Your brain is constantly trying to confirm, is this who I am? And research shows that it will shape your choices, your reactions, and even what you notice to match that answer. This is also where something called the Reticular Activating System, the RAS, comes in. Think of it like filter for reality, because right now there are thousands of things happening around you, but you're only aware of a few. Why? Because your brain is showing you what feels relevant to you. And what is relevant is based on your identity. So if deep down you see yourself as someone who struggles, you keep noticing reasons why life is hard. But if you begin to shift, it's someone who grows, who figures things out, who finds a way, suddenly different things start standing out. New ideas, new possibilities, new evidence, same world, but a completely different experience of it, or a completely different perspective. Neville Goddard said, change your perception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. And this is not metaphorical. This is actually literal, because your external world is a reflection of your internal identity. Think about this. Two people can use the same technique. One gets results, the other doesn't. Why? Identity. One believes it's possible, it can even be sure that it's possible, and the other doubts it. So, how do you use this law? First, identify your current identity. What do you believe about yourself? Please be honest. 2, create a new identity, not based on desire, but based on certainty. So be sure of who you are. Remember, embody the wish fulfilled. And 3, reinforce it daily through thoughts, through emotions, through actions, feel it through all your senses. And this is where affirmations, even meditation, becomes powerful. Not as repetition, but as identity reinforcement. But you don't need to do this alone, because I put together a free abundance kit. Again, completely free, but to help you start shifting your identity immediately. And it comes with a lot of goodness and a lot of love. Inside this free abundance kit, you will receive an 11-minute guided abundance meditation, a 90-second emotion reset audio and template. This template comes along with another template, the self-concept reflection template. And that's not all. There is also a 50 daily abundance affirmation template. This way, you can put everything into practice without delay. So this is the hidden law behind manifestation. I know, you thought I would talk about law of attraction, right? Yes, this one is true, but this one I believe you already know. But it's not just attraction, it's actually identity. So change who you believe you are, and everything else follows. And if this makes sense to you, if it made you think even slightly differently, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload new videos. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. So, this is what I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.